Welcome to the Apply Pressure Podcast with yours truly, Transformer Chris. Here, we dig deep and go beyond the surface, uncover what's hidden, talk straight, no fluff, share secrets, give advice, and keep it all the way real regarding life. Listen, sis, I know you be busy doing what you do, but child boo, I really need to talk to you. Alright, y'all, I have a question. Do you ever wake up and everything about the day just feel like a struggle? Like the entire day just feels weighty and you can't quite pinpoint where that heaviness is coming from. Well, I just recently had one of those type of days. Like nothing happened in particular, but I felt a heaviness and it was a struggle for me to even do my normal routine. Everything kind of bothered me or rubbed me the wrong way. And those are the kind of days where I'll begin to do stuff like question myself. And it makes me want to reconsider my vision. But what I had to realize was that when you have a calling on your life and when you're operating in purpose, it's the enemy's job to try to tamper with that and to try to oppose you. With knowing that, whenever it happens, we have to find creative ways to combat it so that we're not being robbed of our dreams and of our destiny like he intends to do. The Bible says that he comes to steal and to kill and to destroy. So how do we properly prepare for that? Well, first, I would say to start by learning your strengths and learning your weaknesses. A lot of people identify their strengths but ignore their weaknesses. This is what causes them to break or to fail or give up because they get caught off guard by the things that they aren't equipped to handle. If you don't take the time out not to just identify but to learn what your weaknesses are, then anytime that you're up against something challenging, it'll be easy for you to end up defeated because you haven't conjured up a plan to defend yourself. You haven't found anything that you can incorporate in your life to help you in your areas of struggle. So for me, I quickly begin to assess the situation at hand. I'm like, okay, I know that I'm not feeling my best, and I know that I can't quite pinpoint why. So what is it that I can do to at least try to rectify this issue and not let it get the best of me? By ruining my entire day or possibly causing me to quit on myself and give it all up because of how I'm feeling at this moment. So I started to think about all of the things that bring me joy, what usually lifts my spirit, all the things that I enjoy and normally makes me feel good about myself. I started to think about those things. I started brainstorming what I could do to counter how I was feeling. I know for me, anytime I'm listening to something that's motivating and empowering, that usually helps. When I schedule out some me time and watch my favorite shows or eat my favorite snacks. But even in that, we gotta be careful because that's how a lot of us get in trouble. We do things like we binge eat just to satisfy that disturbing feeling. So I made sure that I didn't do that. You know how we do. We like to fix one problem by creating another. I'm like, okay, I don't want to go that route, especially when I know I've been being diligent, trying, to work on myself and better myself, trying to get in shape, trying to live a more healthy lifestyle. I just want you to be mindful not to go backwards because you're looking for comfort. Because in the end, if you do it that way, you'll still end up losing. Make sure all things are done in moderation. I just needed to throw that disclaimer in there because I don't need no one blaming me for their relapse. When you're feeling that void, try to do it with something positive or beneficial, or at least let it be something that you won't regret later. However, you do have to do something in order to stay in control of setting the tone for your day. Don't allow anything to take away from that joy and that peace that you fought so hard for. And trust me, you're going to have those days that you're really just not up to it. We all have them. The other day, it was literally from the moment that I woke up. Now, normally I'll get up and I'll work out, but that day I was like, I don't feel like it. I don't want to do it. So then I was like, okay, well, how about you just do something productive for the brand? Like, work on your website a little bit. And then I was like, no, wait. Because that will require you to have to reach out to an expert and for them to have to walk you through, step by step of how to get the next thing done, when I knew darn well that the next thing that needed to be done was not my forte. Just the thought of it was already making matters worse. This is why I say, instead of you trying to do it all, it's better for you to have help. Remember, your weaknesses are someone else's strength. Now I know why people are so quick to hire out, because everything is not meant for you to do. You can't take everything on all by yourself. So when it came to what I currently needed done, I already knew that the part that I was gifted at was already complete. And that next part, it just wasn't my niche. So I had to tell myself, how about you use wisdom and not further irritate yourself, trying to drive in a lane that you don't even belong in. Listen, you never want to further burden yourself during times like that. That can end up being catastrophic. When you're a person that's pursuing destiny and developing purpose, everything is not going to be easy for you. It's going to be a struggle. Some days, guess what? You just won't feel like it. Because your agenda is positive, you can expect for there to be constant battles. The main point behind me even saying any of this right now is because I want you all to understand that when you are a person that's called to do great things, you have to expect for there to be challenges. You have to expect for there to be trials and tribulations, because that's the way your greatness is proven. Think about it. What validates the greatness of something never tested? How can you call it great if it never been tested? Always strive to see the big picture and let your why be bigger than your what. In most cases, if you have a big enough reason for doing what you do, then that's usually enough to compel you to continue. Remember the goal and remember the mission and the assignment that's on your life. And if you have a true desire to fulfill it, then that has to overshadow everything that's trying to stop you from doing it. Because the only way for you to get to the end result is by going through the process. Even if the process isn't looking like what you assumed it would look like, or feeling how you wanted to feel. To be straight up with y'all, it's going to come with a lot of things that you never expected. Having what it takes to keep striving while experiencing a rough season shows that you have what it takes to get the job done. This is what makes you great. This is what makes you the expert. This is what makes you the professional, the most qualified, and the best candidate for the task at hand. True leaders are forged under pressure. Real bosses, they get their stamp of approval by how well they are able to navigate through adverse situations. And just as well, being able to delegate and share the load and not being too prideful to ask for help or to accept it from someone else. You're not able to do everything yourself. I'm telling y'all, surrounding yourself with the right people will bless your whole life. Teamwork makes the dream work. A good team will pick you up when you're down. Find out what some of the strengths are throughout the circle of friends that you have, and merge all of those qualities together and see just how much of an asset y'all are as a team as opposed to being separate. Don't fall for that solo dolo foolishness that everyone be screaming, because that's part of the reason why they suffer so long, because they don't have help. On those days that I'm out of gas and I don't feel like I can go any further, that's how I still manage to get through. It's because of the support system that I have around me. I don't care what anyone says. People need people. God created us that way. So never forget that everything that you give out, the love and the support, the care, the motivation and inspiration and the assistance, you will also need that in return. Because anytime that you're being shorted, it'll rob you of your joy and your peace, and it will eventually steal your willingness to even continue. Make sure that you keep people in your life that can give you those very necessities that you feel is so important to give out to others. You need it to successfully do what it is that you do with longevity. I know for me, it's how I've gotten this far in my life, and I know for sure that it works. I just want to encourage those of you out there who sometimes feel like you want to give up on yourself, like you want to give up on your dreams and forget about your goals and just give up on your plans and quit because things aren't going according to plan. Or because one day you woke up how I did, not feeling like you can do it anymore. So you started to convince yourself that it's not for you. It's not necessarily that it's not for you. You may just be experiencing a place of weakness, and you need to find things to fill the voids in your life. And you need to grab a hold of some people that can hold you up and push you forward. Okay, ladies, that's it for this week's episode. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you stay caught up and don't miss out on what's next. If you're enjoying this atmosphere, be sure to go and leave your girl a review. That way this platform can continue to evolve and build a strong network of empowered women of purpose. Until next time, hop over to my website. Make sure you subscribe and capture all the latest products and free giveaways by visiting www.crystalmetellus.com. Also, connect with me on social media @crystalmetellus. Talk to you later, sis.